you. I want to talk about fear about heights. Acrophobia, I do believe it's called, or just any phobia in general. Like when you're scared of certain things like spiders. I think that's a really common one. It's just that me personally, if there's anything I am afraid of, it's like really high heights, you know. Woo, it goes woo in my head. But I don't get why I am. Because, you know, when you read often it's like, oh, traumatic event starts like a fear of, you know, spiders, whatever it can be. It's just that I keep thinking it has to be something genetic, because I don't remember having had a traumatic experience with heights. It just was always there. And it was nothing like I just had to power through it, and it didn't go away, no matter how many times I powered through it. So when it comes to certain phobias, it has to be genetic. I mean, I'm thinking like a lot of people who are afraid of spiders might have never even seen a dangerous spider. Many people who are afraid of snakes might have never even seen a dangerous snake or had any traumatic experience with a snake. It has to be genetic, that we're just afraid of certain things. I mean, sometimes they say, oh yeah, it can be a combination of genetics and traumatic things, but sometimes I just think like some things, it has to be like modeled into our genes, that we just can't help it, we just have it. Again, I've never like remember any traumatic experiences with it. From what I can remember, it can be before I could remember anything. They do say that your first memories come when you're like 4 or 5, your first like clear memories. So it could be something before that just ingrained in my mind that I don't remember. But for as long as I can remember, I always had problems with it. And it has not been an irrational fear. It just, when I'm standing up like really high up, I don't mean like a few steps on the ladder, but you know, when you're at the balcony or something and you look down, you go, ooh. I mean, I'm not the only one who feels this way, right? Like, I'm not the only one where it just came out of nowhere, and it's just always been there. And you know, I mean, there's a certain like level, I'm sure you can fight it and stuff like that, but in some way, like some phobias, it's always going to be there. I mean, it is dangerous to fall down a balcony that's several floors high up. It's not an irrational fear. I'm just saying, it's not irrational. Standing on top of a building, looking down and go, ooh, I mean, that's not irrational. I mean, if I jumped out of there, I would die. Just saying, it's not irrational. I'm just thinking, like, now I have not done any deeper studies on this subject. I read up a little bit about it, and some people believe it can be part genetic, part, you know, traumatic experience. But to me, can it be just genetics? You know, sometimes just you're just wired that way, and it's not like I don't know. I believe there are like a lot of fears that people don't know they even have because they've never been exposed to it. And then when they're exposed to it, they know they have a phobia for it. But then, I mean, it can't have been something traumatic because they've never experienced it before. Fear of the unknown, fear of what we do not know, fear of what could kill us. I mean, it seems pretty valid to me to think that way, that it's natural to fear what we don't understand, because that in a life-threatening situation might help us to see, like, oh, going up high on a building is not normally something we would do, and we would not normally do it because it would be dangerous, and so our phobia is stopping us, or like in many cases, rational fears are stopping us from doing something potentially very dangerous. Then in some occasions, yeah, we might need to do that, but in most occasions, probably not. So it seems completely reasonable. Mm. I know. Just wanted to rant about it. Yeah. Just saying like some like phobias or some like fears might be completely rational that you don't have to power through because they're ingrained in our genes for a reason. Do you know? Save us from dying, for example. Seems reasonable to me. But again, I am not someone who researches phobia for a living, so if you have a deeper understanding about this, do let me know. I just wanted to rant about it. Yeah. Alright, that was all for this week's rant. Yeah. Hope you're all having a good day. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. Bye bye.